Hi, this video is designed to assist our current juniors with making course selections for their senior year at Lakeside Lutheran High School. Just a couple of quick notes. It is important to understand that when it comes to one credit courses, that you must make a request for first semester and then also the accompanying second semester. That is because Power School views each semester class as a standalone class because credit is earned based on that one semester, or half a credit is earned, I should say. Also, it is very important that we are not just coming into the portal and making our requests here without spending some time doing some planning. And there are a number of things you can use to help with that. One of those items is our course description book here, which I have shown on the screen. This booklet has all kinds of important information about courses, obviously course descriptions, prerequisite courses, lets you know what's required, what's not required, tells you which courses are college prep courses, as well as credit value and at what grade level those courses are offered. Also, as you get further along in the document, there are additional resources as you get past page 20 in the document. So you see here this diagram shows the order in which courses would generally be taken. If you go beyond that, there's a page that talks about preparation for world languages and how there's great value in that. There's a couple of different versions of four-year course planners, which each student would have their own version of a digital Google Sheets four-year planner as well. And then there's a couple of pages that speak specifically about college requirements and coursework that might be considered for specific careers. So this is a very important document and one that should definitely be used as part of this process. Okay. Now, how do we access this? How do we go about making our course requests? This is all done in the Power School portal in both the parent and the student portal. It's available in either one, and this is done by selecting class registration here from the left-hand menu after you've logged into your account. Okay, so right off the bat, you'll notice that we've got four half-credit courses listed from the very beginning. So we have Christian Living, Apologetics, American Government, and Financial Literacy. Those are all required courses for graduation from Lakeside Lutheran. So we start off with 2 credits, and we need to get between 7 and 8. 7 credits gives you a study hall all year long, or commons in some case, whereas 8 would give you no study hall or commons, and 7.5 would be just one semester. This is also the point in a student's career where they have a lot of flexibility when it comes to elective courses. So for many current juniors, they are already taking their third required science credit for graduation, and they wouldn't necessarily have to take any science beyond that. Now, for students that are college bound, I always encourage a 4th year of science. The same thing can be said of our math. Right, to graduate from Lakeside Lutheran High School, you only need 3 credits of math. So there are going to be some juniors that wouldn't necessarily have to take a math class their senior year. But there again, I strongly encourage 4 years of math, and that's for both students that are college bound and non-college bound. And then we do have a few other required courses. So I'm going to approach this from the perspective of a student who does have aspirations of going to a 4-year college. They are currently taking chemistry, and they are also enrolled in Algebra 2 trigonometry for their math level. So we'll start with science. You have multiple options here: anatomy, chemistry, physics. Those are all full credit options. And then you have earth science and environmental science as half credit options. All of these are college prep courses. And then based on what you might be thinking for a career path, one might be more fitting than another. I'm going to, again, come at it from the approach of a student who is a current junior and is currently taking chemistry. Let's say that I am thinking of going into the medical field, then I think anatomy would be an obvious choice. So I'm going to make a selection of anatomy. I say, okay. Now, that's just the first semester of anatomy. So I'm going to come back here to semester 2, and I'm going to choose the second semester of anatomy. And I say, okay. The next required course, and again, science is not absolutely required if a student has their 3rd credit, but the required credit of English does have to be here. You do need 4 credits to graduate. So again, I'm coming at it from the approach of a student who is college bound. I'm going to go with a combination of 2 courses. You do have the option of AP Comp and Lit, which is the only full credit English course that we offer. There are 2 non-college prep English courses. That would be responses to literature and vocational English. The rest of our coursework is considered college prep. So I'm going to go with the combination of American literature for one semester, and then I'm going to choose the opposite semester, a different course, because again, with the exception of AP Comp and Lit, all of them are half credit courses. So I chose American literature. I'm going to choose college prep English for the second semester. For social studies, unless a student has already taken an elective social studies credit at some point. So typically, our sophomores take a full credit of world history, and our juniors take a full credit of U.S. history. But let's say a student took a geography course, or they took the third U.S. history as an elective credit, then they wouldn't have to necessarily make this request. But for the typical to be senior at Lakeside, you do have to choose an additional half credit elective. In this case, I am going to choose economics. All of these are half credit courses with the exception of AP Advanced AP Psychology. So I'm going to go ahead and select OK. That now has brought me up to 4.5 credits. I still have to request at least an additional credit and a half, and I can do that a number of different ways. I'm going to go into math. I did say I encourage all of our students to take 4 years of math. The only non-college prep math course that we offer is consumer math. I did say that I was coming at this from the approach of a student who's currently in Algebra 2 trigonometry. That student would have two different choices. They could go on to pre-calculus, or they could go on to AP Statistics. AP Statistics is being offered for the first time in 22-23 here at Lakeside Lutheran High School. But I'm going to come at it from the approach of the student that's going to take pre-calculus. So I say okay. And then second semester, I need to also choose pre-calculus. And I select OK. That brings me up to 5.5. I still have a credit and a half left to select. I'm going to go with a full credit elective, and let's say that I am pretty musically inclined, and I would like to be part of a choir that is a little higher level and has more performance opportunity. So I'm going to go with a cappella choir, which is a full credit course. And I say okay for first semester. It is a choir that does have to be tried out for in the spring. If a student does not make a cappella choir after their tryout, we certainly give them an option to replace that course with something else. And cantate choir would be a nice option for that student, although cantate is only a half a credit, so it would have to be cantate and another half credit in most cases. So at this point, I'm up to 6.5 credits. I just have to choose one other half credit elective. I could choose that from my half credit electives here. And I just make note of the fact that there are multiple pages of options. I'm going to choose Videography 1. That's a course that a lot of our students enjoy taking. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. I now have 7 total credit hours. The final step in this process is to press the Submit button. That would generally be a blue button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Because this is a demo account and not an actual student or parent account, there is no Submit button. But again, if I have everything queued up, but I do not press Submit, my course requests have not been finalized. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions or if you need any assistance, do not hesitate to reach out to our guidance office, and either myself, Andy Rosenau, our guidance director, or Mrs. Ruth Fensky, our guidance secretary, would be happy to assist you. Have a blessed day.